Good morning from behind a dirty windshield. This is Primary Vlogs, and I am Danielle. We're on our way to the gas station. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think they're going to have half and half? What's it been, like a week? Well, it's only been since last Thursday, but it's been a long weekend, and not in like a good long weekend. Do you know what I'm saying? Not in that kind of long weekend kind of way. But like, it's been a long week. It's been a long weekend. So, I don't know. Pause the video and give me your opinion down in the comments what you think. Is the gas station going to have half and half? Are they going to have coffee made at least? Or are we going to have to find a different gas station? What do y'all think? Okay. You've had time to comment. 23 degrees outside. We might get some snow. I think it's Friday. Maybe. Forecast that far away. They're calling for an inch. When the forecast is that far away, you never really know. You know? Could be 4 inches. Could be 75 and sunny. Sort of like a gas station. You never know what to expect. Can you hear that blower fan? Sounds like, I don't know, it's a mix between dial-up internet and water just starting to boil. Like, it's not boiling yet, but it's thinking about boiling. You know the sound. Really got to do something about that. Whole trim day yesterday, Lauren, the fan's above her feet. She's riding shotgun. She's kicking the thing, trying to shut it up. It worked a couple times, and then it wised up to her tactics. Alright. We're here. I'll report back. Stay tuned. Gas station. I walk in, and there's nothing. No push button, half and half. Nothing in the little trays other than, you know, the little things of hazelnut and French vanilla. They had French vanilla push button, but again, fasting can't do that. And I thought, oh gosh, no. So I open up the cabinet, start looking around, and what do I find? I find a whole box of, oh shoot, I don't remember the brand anymore. Doesn't matter. The little half and halves. Actual half and half. No more coffee mate. Got myself a big handful. I said, jackpot! Then, while I was sitting in the car, I had already done some writing for the Patreon. That post is getting close. Hoping Wednesday. I was re-recording an outro for yesterday's trim day video. Sort of heartfelt, emotional. My original one turned out a little too emotional. So I was trying to do a little bit more of a diplomatic job in my feels. And next thing I know, I'm like, because the Mayfield guy was coming, or Mayfield, no, it's the other brand, the cow, Borden. I bet you, he had a lot of milk on him. I bet you he's the half and half guy. I bet tomorrow it'll be better. We'll find out. We'll find out tomorrow. Stay tuned. So that's exciting. I don't know. I don't want to get too excited. Because if they only have one box of them little half and halves, that's not going to last long. But maybe the milk guy came. I was... Nothing makes me more patriotic than C.W. McCall's Convoy song. If you really have spent any time around me, you probably recognize that I'm quite passionate about people who do a job for the community, for the people, for the country. Whether you're flipping hamburgers and you know that you're feeding people, or you're walking the beat knowing you're protecting people, or you're trimming horse hooves knowing that you're making lives better for horses and their owners, or you're over the road driving truck bringing supplies to places that need them. I just feel so strongly taking care of one another, you know? And so much, I'm not trying to get political, but so much paperwork and garbage put on by people who aren't here to serve the people get in the way of those of us trying to make a living, trying to take care of our people, get in the way of us doing our jobs. And that song just signifies just saying no to that, you know? I mean, it's such a powerful song, and you can feel so much in the song between the emotion behind it, just saying, you know, we're done following your stricter regulations, making it hard to breathe, hard to do our job, squeezing us until there's nothing left. And then the mood, thinking about, at one point he mentions 85 trucks. You know, I'm sure as the song goes, it grows. Just thinking about the power behind even just 85 trucks just thundering down the interstate, saying, we're done. I mean, I love that song. It's just such a cool song. It's so patriotic. It's so what, I mean, for me at least, it's what I stand for, you know? Let us take care of one another. Let us be efficient. Let us do our jobs. Stay out of our way. Don't make this harder than it needs to be. We're here for the good of the people. Good of the people, good of the horses. I mean, I just freaking love that song. Go listen to it. C.W. McCall Convoy. We've all heard it. Come on. If you haven't heard it, I don't know where you've been, under a rock. Listen to it, and then listen to it again even louder. That's what I like to do. I listen to it again even louder, and then I do it a third time just real loud, just singing to it. It's so good. I needed that this morning. Because it's 22 degrees out. I'm not looking forward to getting out of my car to do my job. Dogs don't know it yet, but they're not looking forward to getting out of the car either. I grew a big brain, and I don't know, 10 minutes before I left, I went out and I turned the car on. I'm not prone to do that. I don't want to go out in the cold. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the winter. I love winter so much more than the summer. People talk about getting the seasonal depression, and for the longest time, I thought, like, is that fake? You know, like, seasonal depression? What's wrong with these people? Winter's great, you know? And I couldn't wrap my mind around it. And then I realized that's because I do not get seasonal depression in the wintertime. I get seasonal happiness in the wintertime. My seasonal depression kicks in the springtime, spring and summer. And so I just thought, how can people be sad in the wintertime? And I get it, the low light, da-da-da-da. I'm not saying, I respect it now, I realize it's real. But shoot, between springtime indicating the beginning of laminitis season, making, you know, life just harder for everybody, and then I hate being hot. I hate sweating so much. And I don't sweat in the wintertime. Do I love when it's 18 degrees out and raining, and I'm having to throw a whole lot of hay, and the hooves are muddy, and everything's wet, and I have to wear my mud boots everywhere? I don't love that. But do I love a winter day where it's cold outside, dry, and you can just go, and you can work, and you don't have to worry about sweating through everything you own? I love that. I get seasonal happiness in the wintertime. My depression will hit come end of March, early April. That's when it just... I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, okay, yeah, no, it's like in the morning, though, when it's 18 degrees, I don't want to go out to the car to start it, to then go back into the house to finish getting ready to go back out to the car. Don't love that. With this particular one, it doesn't love when you get in it and turn it on and then just have to pop out onto the highway. Maybe accelerate because people are coming. It just doesn't love it. So I let it warm up 10 minutes. And so it was a little nicer inside. And then when I got it onto the highway, she instead of feeling like you had to baby it until, you know, it kind of got the lubrications going. And the dogs appreciated it too because they didn't have to just huddle together, you know, to stay alive back there, not freeze to death. I don't feel that bad for them. They've got winter coats on. Come on. I've got a heated vest that's working 50% of the time, so I don't even want to hear it. All right, I'm at the farm. Time to get to business. Buzzy, you have the frost on you. Buzzy, what happened? You're like Frosty the Buzzman. Hi, are you ready for breakfast? Yeah? He is so cute. I mean, they're all so cute, but he is especially cute. Running late, partially due to, where is my wooden, there it is. Partially due to my heartfelt, you know, little excerpt that I was working on at the gas station this morning. And then get to the farm and the four-wheeler is not running. Eva's super mad. And so, the spark plug fouled out. So I replaced the fouled one with a different fouled one, and now it's running. I thought I needed to record that, but you know, in like the heat of the moment when Lauren's wanting to feed horses, and you're just trying to see if you can get it going or not, or if you're going to be feeding out of your car, you don't necessarily think to, at least I don't yet, to get the camera. But I need to, because that would make some good content. Because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing the best I can. We got a new spark plug up in the house, so I'll probably switch the fouled spark plug out for the new spark plug today to see. Basically, it's had a bad carburetor forever. There you go. And it's been fouling out spark plugs, so we've just been, they're such little booger heads. It's been fouling out spark plugs, so we've just been putting new spark plugs in it. Finally replaced the carburetor. And now I want to see, does the new carburetor make a difference in fouling spark plugs out? It didn't get a new spark plug put in it after the carburetor was replaced. So I'll probably prioritize that, just out of my own curiosity, to see if it lasts longer. I have to record this. Eva is being something else. I'm gonna see if I can put the camera over there by them, okay? You guys have to watch this ridiculousness. She must know the camera's watching. She's behaving. This is why I had to be careful when I started turning her out with them. Because she'd be old witchy poo out with them. She tried to take old Philly out, which didn't work well. And so, you know, slowly but surely I got that a lot better. But that's why I still rope off the barn at night. Now, in the mornings, when she's still out there, when I get down here, she's great. If I leave her over there with them while I'm making up feed, she's fine. She knows. But on the other side of the fence, she thinks she's tough. She's over there stress yawning. Well, that was boring. I was hoping we'd catch her jumping up and down, like she was just prior to me setting the camera down. But she knew the camera was sitting there, so she thought, no, I'll be good. I'll be good. Yes, I don't want to show off for the camera. Just like Danielle's never been able to catch me galloping on camera. I didn't clean any poo last night. I was just too tired, both emotionally, physically, and metaphysically. So we got to clean all that today. Y'all hungry? Yeah, you're acting some sort of way. Remember that Patreon post I made? Well, if you don't remember, it's because you're not a member of the Patreon. You better go join. You see this stuff? Remember when this stuff was all soft and squishy? It ain't soft and squishy no more. It's frozen hard. Painful through even my boot soles. Excuse me. This is what I'm talking about on that Patreon post. Don't think I can make that clear enough. Now y'all know. Sometimes if I feed her too close to her water tank, she'll put her head down in it. And I find that funny. So let's see what she does. Oh, let me get your ear. There you go. She thought about it. Oh, but it's ice, so she might trust it. She says, that's not so bad. It's working. Didn't work the other day. Why is it working today? This is funny. Bless her heart. It's going to betray her. At some point, it's going to betray her. I don't know. I would love to leave the GoPro right here. But I don't have the tools for that. We do not have the technology. Okay, well, we're going to leave her to eating on her ice table. And we'll go feed the minis. So basically, I've been asked not to time warp feeding the minis. Because people love watching them be little stinking crackheads. So, you asked for it. I'll abide by it. Katie touched the fence yesterday, so she's being a little cautious. Good for her. Oh, she gets fed first today. You guys are behaving today. What's the deal? Where's the theatrics? Where's the leaping and jumping? They say it's too cold for that. Ish. Well, that was uneventful. Friggin' tame. Oh, sorry, hair. Friggin' tame. They almost could have fooled a person into believing they were well-behaved citizens. What do you think, Buzzy? Oh, your frost is melted. I can just see Eva. She's still eating on her ice table. We'll check on her again in a minute. Maybe I'll figure out how to time-lapse that. Oh, Buzzy. Buzzy's a good pony. Good boy. Yes, you're very warm. You are. Buzzy was so, he had a rough life. He was so hair when we first got him. Once he started being able to move, then he was a little like, I don't know if you have to pet me. So it's nice to see him coming around. Babette and Buddy were the same way. They had one person they loved, and so then when they came here, the person they loved wasn't here, and they thought, oh, I don't know about it. But now I can go and I can touch everybody. That's how I like it. They don't even try to keep their waters clean. Eva, please tell me, how do you remember that you need to bring more food down to your barn? Because I don't have a method. I drive down, I realize there's no food, I go back up. Wash, rinse, repeat. Diddly doop it down in the comments if you've got, like, I don't know, shoot, what'd the word be? The ritual that helps you remember. Little tips, tricks, tidbits. I'll take them. I wouldn't be doing it if I wasn't serious.
Oh, shit. Where's the GoPro when you need it?
It's right there! Yeah, my tape wasn't a good idea. But this is how we learn, I guess. My luck, it'll go right into the bumper. Almost. Fussy today. Always make sure it's locked. And if you're like somebody I know, always make sure a clip is through it. But I'll make sure a clip is through it the day a clip is provided to me. They make bumpers in factories every day. All right, I'm gonna need y'all to check the lights for me. Just the driver's light. Don't worry about the passenger's light. As you can see, she's just not doing the light things. So y'all just keep an eye on this driver's side light here, and you let me know if she's working. One light's all we need. Lucky we got any lights. This is Greene County. They don't care. Turn signal. What? Do I have it? Oh, I do. Okay, good. Brakes? Yeah? Okay. All right, we are ready to rock and roll. Look how nice that fits in there. It's like it was made for it. Good job, Walmart. Good job. Not nearly as fun. You know what that means. We are gonna wrench on a thing. A girl is gonna wrench on a thing. I'm psyching myself up. Not a mechanic. I can't wrench well enough to save my own life, but I am a relatively efficient in the moment when it's broken and it needs to be fixed right now. I can sometimes get it going. I don't want to brag or nothing. You know, I can do well enough to only screw my oil change up a little bit and plug a hole in a tire. Might take me 4 hours to do it, but I can do it. So today we have our Honda 4Trax four-wheeler. And I know what you're thinking, and you're right. It's two-wheel drive, but it leaves 4 tracks in the mud you're slinging. It is a 1998 or something, and I'm sure back in her heyday she was a real good girl. We've had some carburetor issues with it, and it's basically just been fouling out spark plugs like crazy. We replaced the carburetor. $500 from Honda. I don't want to believe it, but I have to, because my bank account seen it. We tried the Amazon carburetor thing, and it really just made it worse. You can't blame a girl for trying. So, since the new carburetor, it's not had a new spark plug. This morning, it wouldn't start at all for Lauren. So, in my haste, I grabbed a fouled out spark plug that has had some time to really season, let the gasoline evaporate off of it, and I popped that sucker in there and she fired right up. But we're going to treat the old gal special, and we're going to put a brand new NGK spark plug in it. Now, this spark plug is for cold weather, and I know that because of the way that it is. And so it should really get her just chooching up a treat. She should really be feeling good, which is perfect because we have cold weather. So let's get into this and see what kind of trouble we can get into that Dad will have to help us out of. Let's see how she sounds. Okay. Not too bad. You know, probably about as healthy as a horse on a soy-based feed. So there's the spark plug in question. Let's see. I'm gonna pull this spark plug cap off to reveal the spark plug. It is 18 millimeter, so you need an 18 millimeter long boy. I have a 3/4. Let's see. There you go. I don't know if you can see that at all, but I've got a 3/4 long boy on the medium drive size. I don't know, my toolkit has little, medium, and big. This is the medium one. Make sure she's switched to off. That's how you know she's gonna pull it off. And we break it free. Then it's too loose for the ratchet to do anything, so then we try to get our sausage fingers in there and twist on it, and it ain't wanting to twist. So then we put our ratchet back on there, if we can, and I never can when the socket is on the item in question that needs to be removed, so you always got to pull the socket off to then try again. But most likely it's going to be too loose for the ratchet to really help you out much. Only be frustrating. Ah, indeed. Perfect. Good. We can twist on it with our fingers. Oh, yes. Good. Now we're getting somewhere. Twist, 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 twist. I find it's really helpful to tell it what you want. If you tell it what you want, you're more apt to get, sort of like when you're riding and you think right and the horse goes right. It's the same thing with these mechanical horses. Twist, 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 twist. Because I want it to twist. I want it to just twist on out of there. Twist, twist. Now it may be loose enough that I can pop this thing on and have an easier time twisting it. Yes. Boop. And she's out. So that hole right there, just not sure you can see that. Let's get our phone flashlight on it. There you go, that hole. That's what the spark plug pops down into the cylinder, and that's where the fuel mixes with the air and the spark and makes the mechanical horse go burr. So if we compare old versus new, it's really not hard to see what the problem is. The old one's got the black lung from working in the coal mines, whereas the new one, she's just starting out into the field. She don't know nothing yet. All right, so we're gonna take our new spark plug and we're gonna, with my hand in the way, we're gonna, so you can't see anything, we're gonna pop her down in the hole there. And she's not gonna wanna go. But she's gonna go. Twist, 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 twist. Twist, 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 but twist the other way. Pop our socket back on there. Twist, twist, twist. Got a long way to go. Might be far enough to get the ratchet on it. All right, make sure it's twisted to the on direction. And it's not on enough. Twist, 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 twist. Let's see. Just goes forever, doesn't it? Goodness. Okay. We gotta be good now. How much farther could it go? I don't know. Okay, we're gonna have to just cheat here a little bit. Hang on to it. Hang on to it. There we go. Now we're cooking with steam. The magic is really in remembering when to hang on to your socket so you're not just like making no progress. So now you let go of your socket and you tighten, then you hang on to your socket. And that's because it's not in far enough to hang on itself. And you also, I don't know how much you can see, but I'm getting caught between the fuel on or offer and the shifty lever and then the camera itself. So I've really got like, I don't know, an inch of, there we go. You want it snug, but not tight, or else it'll never come out again. You definitely want to make sure you drop your tools under the vehicle. And there she is. Put the cap back on it. And that thing should sit all the way down. All the way down. Yeah, maybe. Let's see if it turns on. All right, moment of truth. Does it start? Well, hot dog, look at that. Your girl did it. You didn't think I could. I didn't think I could, but apparently I could. In case you weren't sure, so that's the middle one. That's the big one. That's the small one. And you see, I didn't even have the option of it. So that really just brought us down to middle or biggin, and the biggin didn't fit. So we went middle. That's how I choose my ratchet drive size. The more you know. I hope that helps. It's really gotten too late and too dark for you guys to help me feed tonight. So I think instead I'll feed by myself. But we'll say goodnight to all the horses. Good night, princess. Good night. Good night, Philly. Have a good night. Stay warm. Good night, Miss Baby. Good night. Have a good night. Yes, have a good night. Oh, Philly, you had your turn. Good night, beauty. Good night, beauty. Good night. Have a good night. She's like, turn me out or pet on me. One or the other. Turn me out or pet on me. Eva, say good night. Say good night, Eva. Eva, say good night. Everybody loves you. Eva, you're the star of the Patreon, Eva. Say good night. Good night, Eva. Thank you. What a sweet girl. Eva, my queen. Thank you, Miss Eva. Have a good night. She says that's all you get. Good night, Miss Babette. Good night. Good night, Miss Babette. Good night, Diego. Good night. Have a good night. Good night, Miss Caroline. Good night, my sweet Caroline. Good night, handsome buddy. We are all so glad you're feeling better. You'll see it in another video later, but he wasn't feeling good for a day. Good night, Miss Sadie. Everybody loved you so much. Oh, she's gonna lick it. Oh no, I'm gonna have to clean it before saying good night to Katie. Oh, oh, oh. Good night, Katie. Good night, Katie. Have a good night, baby girl. Good night, Buzzy. Oh, Buzzy. Buzzy. Buzzy, say good night. Thank you, Buzzy. Good night, Buzzy. Thank you. Good boy. Good night, Buzzy. Good night. We're so glad you're with us. We are. We're so glad you're part of the family, part of the herd. Yes, happy to have you. Good night, Buzzy. He is the cutest. He is the cutest. I had a real sweet friend ask me the other day, well, I should say a real sweet perceptive friend asked me the other day, he said, Dan, why is it that all these rehab horses, once they're better, become like the sassiest horses on the planet? And he's thinking of Buzzy and Eva and how they're just too good for everybody. You know, they just have this air about them of just like, feral isn't the word, but there's just like a they don't want to be cooped up anymore. You know, they're better. They know it. Leave them alone. They're perfect now. And there's others. He knows those too. You can't eat the camera. And he's so right. He wondered if it was because, you know, they were locked up and close to death, and now they have this second chance and nobody's going to slow them down. And that is exactly what I think it is. You know, they were pretty much hospitalized for so long. You know, as far as they're concerned, it's prison. It's for the best, but it's horsey prison. Feeling terrible. Now they feel better, and they're never going back to that old life again. You know, it is just so cool. The personality that comes out of them once they get the second chance. Yeah, Buzzy, you. Yeah, look at the little pin ears. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I hope you can see him. He's telling Buddy that he better get on somewhere. Are you telling Buddy he better get on somewhere? What are you telling Buddy? Buzzy, be nice to Buddy. Your names are similar. Yeah, your names are similar. Are you coming to visit? See, I have his food bucket in my hand. Oh, look at that. Get away from my food bucket. It's my empty food bucket. I'm Buzzy. I might be older than dirt, but I'm Buzzy. It is cool. Alright, good night, guys. Stay warm. Have a good night. Have a good night. Have a good night. She's like, you got Buzzy's food bucket. Why ain't you giving it to me?